Hi everyone, I'm Pam Fox. Thanks for being here and thank you for watching my channel. So, some funky lighting going on today. I like it though. I look like I'm glowing. Okay, so it's Sunday, and usually on Sunday, Dwayne and I go to church in the morning, and we decided not to go today because he had a lot going on. And I've been really lazy all morning. I watched a few YouTube videos, had a couple of oranges, and then decided I was going to do Zumba. I was just going to do it here on the computer. And I decided, I had a bright idea that I wanted to go for a run. So, excuse me, I'm not a runner. I've never been a runner. I've always hated running, and I've always warned people of the dangers of running. But lately, I've been thinking to myself, it'd be kind of cool if I could go for a run, because I've been working out for the past year and a half. I really noticed a lot of fitness gains. And the last month I've been doing Zumba and noticing even more fitness gains. And the last time I went for a run, I literally, this is kind of a funny story, but it's an embarrassing story, but gosh, I'm 45 now, and I probably was maybe 32. And I remember wanting to get in shape and deciding I just need to start running. So I started running down the street, and I was really, really tired, and I was really struggling, and I was, oh, it's raining right now. Huh. It was nice out when I was out running. But anyway, back to my story. So I was really struggling, and I just had barely maybe gotten, I don't know, a couple of blocks into my run. This was back when I was 32. And I just forced myself to keep going, even though I felt like I was going to pass out. And I had burning, and I had sore feet and sore ankles and sore knees and sore hips. I just forced myself to keep going. And I'm running down the street, and this kid, he looked like he was maybe, you know, middle school age boy, hung his head out this car window as he was driving by, and he yelled, "Pick up your feet!" Because I was literally just like shuffling down the street, just like barely, just like a little old man, just shuffling down the feet, barely moving. I was going so slow. And it didn't even occur to me that I should be embarrassed for what I was doing. I didn't care, because that's just the way I am, I guess. But oh my gosh, how embarrassing. I must have just looked ridiculous. And here were these cars whizzing by me. And I live in a small town, so I don't know what I was thinking. Well, the problem probably was I wasn't getting enough fuel to my brain. That's number one. I wasn't thinking. And the reason I was struggling so much, I think, was a couple of things. And I was thinking about this today during my run, which I am going to talk about if you care. And this is my channel, so I will talk about what I want to talk about. There were two reasons why I think I was really struggling in that run, 13 years ago. One, obviously, I wasn't carved up. I wasn't eating a diet high in carbohydrates. I probably hadn't eaten anything. And I probably wasn't eating very much food in general. So I didn't have the fuel that I needed to do that job. Excuse me, you can see I'm going to talk about my wheezing here in a moment. And number two is I was taking a lot of pharmaceutical drugs at that time. Now, I'm a person who believes, oh, the sun is getting really bright. I am really glowing. Look at me glow. I'm a person who believes that pharmaceutical drugs do have a place. I also believe that they're way overused, way overprescribed, that many of them do more harm than do good, and that there are much better alternative treatments to our common chronic illnesses, for most of them, through nutrition, through simply a plant-based diet. Treats them all. And I realize that going vegan doesn't heal all of the time, but it helps a lot of people a lot of the time. And while it may not completely cure people of their ailments, wow, the sun is bright, it helps improve a lot of ailments, if not, completely cure them or even reverse them, such as, with heart disease and diabetes. And most of the patients, they can reverse heart disease and diabetes and get you off your medications altogether. Wouldn't that be wonderful with plant-based nutrition? So yeah, all those years ago when I went for that run, and I only did it the one day and I never did it again, and I think I injured myself. I was in a lot of pain for several weeks after that. But so today I thought, I'm in really good shape. I've been working out for a year and a half. I've been doing Zumba for the last month. going to be different. I'm carved up. It's going to be, I just wanted to see, I wanted to go out and see how far I could get and see how fast I could go. Because a lot of times just, I'll run out to my car to grab something and I'll have all this energy and or at work, I'll run out to my car and I'll have this spring in my step and I'll take, and I'll run and I'll think, man, I bet I could run really fast if I just tried. And I haven't tried. So anyway, I'll cut to the chase. So today I decided to go for a run. I get outside, I do a quick little warm up, walk down to the end of my street, hang a left and start heading down to the river. And I start running and I probably made it about 3 blocks, and the blocks in my town aren't large, before I started experiencing, burning in my throat, wheezing. I have asthma, which I've been medication free since I went plant-based. I think I've taken 2 puffs on my fast-acting inhaler in a year and a half, and that was because I got into some chemicals and or other allergens. But my wheezing has acted up from this, and like I said, I ran about 3 blocks before I started to wheeze. I pushed myself another couple of blocks, and then I had to stop. So that was it. That was as far as I made it. So, and I was running pretty fast. I was pushing myself because I had a lot of energy. Nothing hurt though in that little bit of a run. My feet and ankles didn't hurt, which is a miracle. I used to barely even walk 3 blocks without my feet and ankles really hurting me. So that is a wonderful thing. Sliding back. But yeah, so I guess all that to say, I just wanted to share this story because I think it's great for people to push themselves. I think it's great to try new things. And a lot of the time, the reason I haven't tried going on a run, even though I've been wanting to for probably the last maybe 4 or 5 months, is fear. We just let fear consume us. And I mean, there's nothing worse than being gripped by fear and having it prevent you from doing the things that you want to do. That brings to mind, I watched a little video that came across Facebook not that long ago, and it was somebody who put up a big blackboard downtown New York City. So I'm recovering. I'm going to fully recover from this wheezing. It'll probably take me about 10 or 15 minutes. I just walked in the door. They put up this big black chalkboard and they wrote across the top, regrets. And the people walking by, it was right downtown, they were supposed to write the things that they regretted the most in life. And it was interesting because when they were all done, they looked at the board, and most of the regrets had nothing to do with regretting, the things that they'd done in life. But in fact, they were regrets over the things they hadn't done in life. I was like, whoa, that's so true. And it's simply, again, it's because of fear. We let fear interfere with moving forward with the things that we want to do. And that's, something that, we need to stop and contemplate and kind of think about for ourselves. What am I afraid of? Why am I letting this fear stand in my way of doing what I want or pursuing my dreams? That's really a sad thing for a person to live their whole life and not accomplish their goals or even pursue their dreams. So I had oatmeal this morning when I got back. I had this waiting for me. You can't see that. Oh, this is just oats, blueberries, applesauce, bananas, raisins, nuts, seeds, some dried fruits. It's pretty yummy. So anyway, I just want to encourage you. Let's say you want to try a plant-based diet and you've already decided that you can't do it. There's just too many obstacles. There's no point in even trying because you're setting yourself up for failure. I am here just to encourage you to let go of all of that. You gotta take those fears and you have to face them. You gotta face them head on. So acknowledge your fear, understand your fear, define your fear, understand exactly what it is that you're afraid of. And once you do that, you may not be so afraid anymore. Give your fear away. For many people who have a faith in God or religion or a higher being, they give their fear away. They give it to God. They place it in God's hands and they say, you know what? I'm going to let you take care of this. And that's been found to be very powerful for many people. Some people embrace their fear. So you take that fear and you purposefully turn it into a source of fuel for you. You turn it into something that's going to push you and motivate you to work harder and to be organized and to define your goals and to define your objectives, those steps you're going to take to achieve each of those goals. And that's very important in life. I think a lot of us get so busy with our lives, we forget to stop and to ask ourselves, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I want out of life? What do I want to accomplish? Who do I want to help? Who do I want to inspire? We need to stop. We need to set some private time, maybe with a piece of paper and a pencil, and ask ourselves those questions and define those goals, write them down. And then from there, what steps am I going to take to achieve each of these goals? And we can do this in our personal life, in our relationships. We can do it at work. We can do it in our family. We can do it in our health. We can do that with our finances. And we should be doing it in all of those aspects. We can do it in our faith, our relationship with God and how we serve and how we have compassion and we minister to others. All of those different compartments in life, we can stop, we can look at those and say, what do I want? What do I want to achieve? And a person can live their entire life. I know I have. I'm guilty of this. Of just taking the steps and living the life and just surviving and not taking the time to really assess the situation and ask yourself the question, what is it that I want? I think most of us think we just want, money and success and a hot, companion. But there may be so much more, for most of us, there's so much more to it than that. And you really need to take the time to define what it is that you want. For me, I'm not going to get into all of that, but I didn't really understand. I didn't make that connection until I became vegan. And I accomplished a lifelong goal of achieving better health. Once I achieved that goal, that lifelong search for answers, once I achieved that, I don't know, it taught me a lot. It taught me that to never give up. It taught me to really look for answers. Don't just accept one thing or accept your failure and be complacent about where you are in life. Continue to seek out answers. Continue to seek out answers. And we can do that. There's so many ways, obviously, we can do that through whether it's documentaries or books or going, online or on YouTube or talking to people. Talk to people. YouTube is a great way to do that. Online, social media, you can, there are many different platforms and, forums and places where you can hear what people are saying, what they're doing, what works for them, what doesn't work for them. So yeah, for me, it all started by going plant-based, and I'm not really sure if a part of that had to do with, I think a lot of people testify that when they go plant-based, their mental state improves. And I know for me, that is definitely true. I no longer suffer with this, all of a sudden I'm down and depressed for no real significant reason. I just want to withdraw. I want to climb into my bed and turn on the TV and go to that place of escape where I'm not, look at my hands are glowing, where I'm not having to deal with reality. Just making these videos, the fact that I can sit here and actually stick to a topic is a miracle for me, because I have always been the worst. I'm still really bad. I get sidetracked really, really easily. I've always had trouble with words, stumbling over my words and finding a word. What's the word? Like a really simple word. And then I have to define it out loud and someone will go, you mean, such and such. I'm like, yeah. I've always struggled with those things, and those things are becoming, I'm getting better at those things. And the fact that I can sit here, it's been almost 15 minutes and just ramble on is another miracle in my life, for many reasons. And I can do a whole video on that. So I'm going to wrap this up. I am here to encourage you to try new things, to don't be scared. And you know what? If you try something new and you fail at it, like I did this morning, that's okay too. Find something, find a lesson in that. Today for me in my little jog, the lesson was, you know, that when it comes to running, and I know this, you know, you have to ease into it. It takes a lot of practice, like anything in life. We don't get good at anything without a lot of practice. So I have to figure out if this is something that it's important to me. Do I want to be a runner now? I mean, I don't think so. I think I just really wanted to see how far and how fast I could go. So it was kind of fun though. I did enjoy it. So maybe I'll do it again. We'll see. Okay, so you can do it, guys. And thank you for watching and have a terrific day.